Stephen Kohn wants you to unleash your purpose, ignite your passion, and unlock your full potential with his newly released book. I talk one-on-one with the author, realtor, developer, coach, and investor for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Stephen Kohn, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I appreciate it greatly. Needless to say, you're a realtor, a broker, a developer, a coach, investor, and now an author.
Who would have thought?
Who would have done? But I say author, Mr. Kohn, because obviously you are the author of a newly released book called Unleash Your Purpose, Ignite Your Passion, and Unlock Your Full Potential. Your book is designed to help you break free from self-doubt, embrace your true calling, and step boldly into the life that you were meant to live. So tell me, Mr. Kohn, why this book? Why now?
Man, I think I've always been a believer of sharing knowledge and sharing information. When I get information, I want to make sure that the masses understand as well, because somebody taught me or somebody told me, and it's my duty, I believe, my obligation to continue to pass that information along. I went through a period of where I just felt like, the goalposts just kept moving. Get to a point, you get to a success point, you're like, man, okay, well, what's next, right? Or maybe it didn't feel that great once you got there. And I've always been a dreamer, always been a believer, and there are so many naysayers out there that will cause you mentally to believe that you can achieve certain things. And I'm a firm believer that you really you're not really born to play small, and I don't allow fear to write my story, because my purpose is bigger than that. And so I went through this period of where I was like, hey, you know what? There's more out there. There's greater out there. Yes, I've done this, but I can also do that. And there's nothing that truly can stop you. But I think the biggest piece is that, I had to get into a mindset where I had to believe in myself. Sometimes we don't reach our full potential. It's not because we don't know whatever God you serve, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, but because we don't know ourselves. So you can't grow, you can't really do and accomplish certain things until you know who you are. And when you know who you are, then you're able to be who you're supposed to be for the upbuilding of the true kingdom. And so that was the birth of how this book started. It actually was written over the course of maybe 2 years or so. And I didn't really realize that I was writing a book until the end. And I put it all together and I was like, man, I have a lot of content here. How do I get this to the masses? How do I get it out? And it's been a wonderful success, man, so far. So I'm definitely appreciative of you even taking the time to interview me. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's a very important book, and of course, you're a very important person here in the Low Country. But let me ask you this, Mr. Kohn. Oh, you're very welcome. When did you realize you knew about yourself after writing this book?
I think it was. I think really it was me reading it myself. So I wrote it over a couple of years, and then when I put it all together, and I read it again, I was like, "Man, is this me? Are these my words? Did I say that?" And it really was a revelation that, again, there's so much more inside of you that you have no idea, right? You have never met the inner me, the real you, until it really comes out. And these things have to be revealed, from a higher purpose, I believe, and really comes to you in a way that you just know is true, and you just know that it's you, and you know that there's also more. But at the same time, you're just thankful and grateful that you even had the opportunity to be able to share that level of content. And I'm always a person of impact. It's impact work to me. It's not just about being an author. It's not just about doing certain things. It's about the impact. If I can just help change one person's mindset about how they see themselves, just imagine how the world could change overall.
What's your mindset heading into this particular book?
Yeah, it really was. I think my mindset was in a space of what else could I do? What's next? How do I overcome? Because I've been faced with obstacles just like the next person, and it was the perseverance. How do you actually persevere through things? And it's things that people don't talk about. We talk about resilience and we talk about people how they got over certain things, but we don't really tell how they're feeling during it, right? We don't give the steps on how to continue to push forward. And what do you do when you feel bogged down? And what do you do when you feel burdened and stressed and and super overwhelmed and dealing with mental health and anxiety and depression, all these different things. We talk about the fact that they're there, but we don't talk about how to get through it. And so I came into the mindset of, you know what, I have been in these places. And now it's time for me to share that information on how to actually do it. Because we got to stop talking about the what, the who, the when. We got to start talking about how. And that is what I believe will help deliver people in a better way.
And when you look back to when you first started writing this book to right now, Mr. Khan, whatever information that you wanted to share with somebody in this book that you just wish you could have but couldn't?
Yeah, just kind of looking back now, I'm like, man, I kind of left out left out some things. I talk about becoming the best version of yourself, the discipline and the motivation and all of those things. But I definitely wanted to include a little more. So first of all, the book is really for, and it's for anybody, but really entrepreneurs that's just kind of just stuck or feels like they're stagnant or trying to get to that next level. But one thing that I wanted to mention that I don't think I went as in depth into as I wanted to. But God doesn't always show up looking like God. Like that's something that I wish I would have kind of went a little further with. And what I mean by that is that all things work together for the good of those who love God. Yes. But sometimes the blessing is in the thing that didn't work out. And so come to a place where we feel like, oh, if it didn't work out, it's a failure. And it's not necessarily a failure. Sometimes it didn't work out because it wasn't supposed to work out because there's greater for you and there's greater in you. Sometimes we settle for what we think is best, but it's not what God's best is for us. And so when we can recognize when those two things are in alignment, then we can really unleash our true purpose. And so that might be the second piece of my next book coming out maybe 2026.
Oh, there you go. I'm looking forward to that, and others will be as well. I don't want to get ahead of the book. I want people to really purchase the book and learn for themselves. But generally speaking, Mr. Khan, how do you actually unleash your purpose these days with all that's going on in the world?
Man, honestly, I think it's being coachable, is understanding that there's people out there that have more knowledge than you, and you need to learn from them. It's not about trying to be like somebody else or really just it's not competition, it's collaboration at this point. And I think once you collaborate much more with people, like-minded people, and get in circles that you may have been afraid to be around, those things will help pull things out of you because there's people that can see things in you that you can't see in yourself, and sometimes you just need to be reminded of those things. But I'm a firm believer that God puts you in certain rooms for a reason, and that in itself shows his love for you and shows that you do have purpose. You are made on purpose. You were created in his image for a reason. And the way that you do that is you get uncomfortable and get into uncomfortable situations, and then you make a difference, and you make a pact to yourself. You say, you know what, I will do better, I can do better, I have to do better. And it's not just because I want better, but he wants better for me, and that's what I'm willing to do.
Exactly do people want, and what exactly do they need these days?
Yeah, people need safety and security. They need reassurance. They need to see that it's possible. A lot of people right now, they just need to know that they need more peace. I would say for sure, peace in their heart, peace in their mind, that things are gonna be okay with all the things going on in the world right now. There's a lot of issues, a lot of uncertainty. But I think people just need to know that no matter what, you're going to be taken care of. And to me, that's only if you continue to self-develop and continue to lead yourself. You can't lead other people until you lead yourself, and you have to be led by somebody else as well. And so, I encourage people to just dig deeper, be your authentic self. It's not about trying to be somebody else. This is what the book is about too. You have gifts and you have talents for a reason, and they're unique to you. And so you have to lean into those things, lean into your talents, lean into your uniqueness, whatever that is. Some people may call it quirky or they may think it's weird, but guess what? There's an audience for that. And if people could learn how to capitalize on that, not just monetarily, but mentally and physically understand that it has mental and physical rewards just as much. And so again, we talk about that peace and we talk about what people need. It's people need to be able to see themselves in the mirror.
What do you see when you look in the mirror? You're a realtor, you're a father, you're a husband, a developer, now an author. What do you see?
Yeah. Oh man. Man, I see just a sinner saved by grace. Like I look at myself every day and I say, hey, how can I be better? How can I be better for myself? How can I be better in all of those roles that I do have? But then also, how can I make a bigger impact? Because I think what I'm doing might be great for me, but is it great for him? And most of the time, I feel like I could do more. And so I used to think that, oh, just add on another hat and, maybe you'll be okay. I've learned to say no to a lot of different things that I once probably would have said yes to. But again, it's because I need to be in alignment with my true purpose. And I know that if I'm not doing things that's in alignment with it, it won't go so well. That's another thing that I've learned over the course of writing this book, is that things that you're supposed to do will work. Things that you're not supposed to do probably won't work. And that's something that I think I've been able to overcome and realize that, man. Who you see in the mirror is so important every day. But I've also looked to affirm myself. I don't look for external, gratification or anything like that. It is all internal. I can wake up and I will tell myself that I am above and not beneath. I am going to make it. I will be the greatest or the best or whatever it is that I want to achieve. And I don't need other people to affirm me, because I affirm myself and then God affirms me behind. So I'm good with that.
Oh, absolutely. I've got one more last question for you. But how do people purchase your book right now, Mr. Kohn?
Oh, awesome. So right now, so I have a Square link. I'll send it to you. You can definitely share it. But if you go to my Facebook page, my Facebook is Stephen, Stephen. Last name is Kohn, Kohn. The post is pinned, so you'll see the link there. Also on my Instagram, it's on my bio. So again, last name Kohn, Kohn, Stephen, Stephen. There is a link there that they can purchase. The shipping option is there, and then I also can autograph and make sure I get a message out there to you. Please let me know if that's something that you guys are interested in. But I will say, we have sent out. I've mailed so many books and I've had to get a reorder because one, the need is definitely there, but God has just been so good, man. And I just love the fact that I was able to do this. It's a short read, about 60 pages, not too much. I have a smaller or a low attention span, so I like to get into a book, get the meat, and get out of there. And so this is very meaty. It's very packed with impact. And I will say, I hope and pray that whoever is listening, it blesses you and blesses your life so that you can make a greater impact in this world.
And I know you have to run, Mr. Kohn, but let me ask you this one more time. The name of the book is called Unleash Your Purpose, Ignite Your Passion, and Unlock Your Full Potential. What have you learned since writing this book about this book?
Man, I have learned that there is so much more that I have to do in this world. That I've learned that on the journey of unleashing my purpose, I've also learned that there is more purpose out there for me. And it may not be in this location or it may not be in this field. There's more impact that I could provide. It has allowed me to open my eyes and see that there's greater, and there's bigger, and there's more, and not more from a place of accolades per se, but more from a place of who else can I touch, who else can I reach, and it just allowed me to expand my mindset and say, you know what, I want to do more, and so I realized that I put limitations on myself because I think that, hey, I've checked the box, but there's so much more out there that's available, if you just believe, and I am one to believe, that I can conquer all of my fears, all of my obstacles, and with peace and with grace and with the resilience that I've experienced so far. Man, it's gonna be amazing. So I just can't wait to see what's in store for me.
Stephen Kohn, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Close Ups.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Y'all have a great day.
Likewise.